Man, play shit, 300 hertz got this jump moving,
The lifestyle of the pole and the have-nots. I got a hot ticket, gonna get your spot. It's poverty mixed with racism. You know it ain't no love, so they hate niggas. They treat us just like we Latino, and wonder why we out here killing people. And they the ones that's pushing drugs and put it in our hood so they can flood. Yeah. The KK wearing blue suits, they quick to pull us over then shoot. We all marked for death from the root, and they rub it in our face like niggas we run you. There's no privacy on these cell phones. Got an eye up in the sky, now they invade homes. We the race that they be praying on. They trying to wipe us off this land, y'all.
I've been down, but I ain't gon' let you take me out. You call me coon, you call me nigga, but I'm gon' still run my black mouth. They know everything about me, but without me you won't have sound. So call me coon, don't call me nigga, but I'm gon' still run my black mouth.
Still gon' run my
I'm still out here in the hood though. Still kicking with my hood folks. Barbecues in the backyard. A few niggas out here acting hard. The kids playing, eating watermelon. The grown folks drinking hard whiskey. It's summertime, but it's Thanksgiving. But the white folks still paying attention. Hating. The cops hit the block slow. Talking about they heard shots, yo. Everybody looking dumbfounded. 10 more cars around us. Everybody get the fuck back. These cops sweating, man, won't respect. They a tight bunch of rednecks. But in the hood, man, that's all we get.
I ain't gon' let you take me out. You call me coon, you call me nigga, but I'm gon' still run my black mouth.
I'm still gon' run
they know everything about me, but without me you won't have sound. So call me coon, don't call me nigga, but I'm gon' still run my black mouth.
I'm still gon' run my black mouth. Okay, my fault. Was you recording that? Oh.
Yes. I think we got it this time. Fingers crossed, man. Hold on. The control room ain't quitting, man. Y'all ride with me, I'ma ride with you. All right. We back. This is a retrial. Control freaks, if you're still with me, show your love. Come on and jump on in the show. Let a brother know that you like what the mission is, man, and that we trying to bring real stuff to you. You know what I mean? So hopefully everything is in sync. If it ain't, it's still gonna be a few glitches on these next few shows, but it's gonna smooth out, I promise you. I still got my Ace Boom Coon rocking with me, man. He's still supporting the brother. I'm bringing him in right now. What's going down? This.
What's good?
Yes. Man, back at it again. Last night was a little rough, bro. So
yeah,
I'm
man.
very happy to have you back.
Man, I'm glad to be back. We're good. I was digging that track.
Thank you. Yeah, man. I have to keep playing that to show people love, man, because they, you know what I'm saying, we put work in on that, and we had a lot of feeling behind that, and it's very poignant to today, man. It really is.
Did you
it's very
did
important.
you do the visuals on that as well?
I did the visuals on that, man. We were at one point in time we were going to do a show, and with this one we did it, but we didn't get the visuals up on the show, so it was a little rough trying to get it going. But I think we, you know what I'm saying, we're still gonna go ahead and keep pushing it. You know what I mean? Because keep playing it just like they keep playing the George Floyd video. Just keep on playing it. I'm not gonna stop playing it until this trial's probably over. Right. Somebody gotta speak for this dude, man. Somebody gotta speak for him. He can't speak for himself no more. You know what I mean? So,
man,
I gotta exhale every single day. Every single day.
Man. I'm feeling like Angela Bassett up in this mug.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
Man.
If we don't keep it together, nobody will. You know what I'm saying? So,
Facts.
what's good though? What's good? How you been, man? You hanging in there?
I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there. It's been a great day. It's been a great week. It's been a great month already. So I can't complain.
Lovely.
I can't complain.
Lovely.
What about you, bro? What's going on in your neck of the woods?
Man, just surviving the world. You know, nothing out of the ordinary, which is pretty much the extraordinary shit going on right now.
Exactly.
That's really all it is.
You know, with everything going on, I'm trying not to get to the point of where I'm desensitized. Because there's so much stuff still going on. It's like, oh my God, I'm so tired of hearing about it. But we got to keep talking about it, because if we don't, there's not going to be any change.
Absolutely. Somebody, like I said, somebody got to speak up about this stuff. So I really, I'm on that same mission as you are, just trying to make sure that we stay in the public, man. This is the whole thing about it. Like, yeah, the entertainment and stuff like that. King Kong's fighting Godzilla, you know what I'm saying? For the first time in history. I still ain't seen that yet, but the real world stuff is happening, you know what I'm saying? And we got to find a way to balance this stuff out. We got to gain control, you know what I'm saying?
Bro,
so
have you noticed that it seems like that when something crazy is going on in the world, there's always something to distract you from whatever the situation is?
Always something to distract you from. By the way, I just want to say something before we go deep into this, deep into the show. Anybody who's checking out the show, please do me a favor and go to the actual Two Genius World one if you want to show any kind of love on the page, because I will be able to see it. You know, you can actually get a real world response directly live on the show. Like if you like the show will tell you, hey, so and so liked the show, and I'll be able to see who popped in. You know what I'm saying? And just it'll make the show look a little more interactive. So if you have any questions on it, you can send me a message on Messenger and I'll show you exactly what you got to do. But go directly to the Two Genius World page and watch the show from there. All right.
Show that love.
Yeah. So appreciate it, y'all. I saw my homeboy Aaron checking it out. You know what I'm saying? Definitely appreciate you checking it out, man. Let me know what you're thinking about the whole process. Yeah. Another talented individual, man. There's so many people. Yeah. I know we had Cordell on last night. The show was kind of rough, you know what I'm saying? But he was he was not holding back, man. I don't think everybody got to hear it, so I sent him a link. He probably won't be able to do tonight, but yeah, I'm gonna get him back on there. He keeps me on my toes all the time. I know you wasn't ready for it.
I was ready. I wasn't ready, bro. I was not ready. I had to come quick with the punches, bro.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? I spent some time with that cat, man. We were in a band together, so yeah, that cat always has me like, okay, I gotta be prepared for anything that comes out this cat's mouth, because you know what I'm saying, you got the knowledge, then you got the wild side of him, you know what I'm saying? So it's lovely. You get both in.
Right. He must be like a Gemini or something, because there's two sides to him for sure.
He's actually, I believe, I want to say, like a Libra or Virgo, something like that. He's actually born in like November. Either early October or early November, one of the two. He's close to us.
Okay, Scorpio.
Amazing.
Scorpio or Libra.
Nah, but or just before Scorpio.
Libra.
Is Libra just before? And what's after?
Don't give me the line.
Nah, he's a Libra. He's a Libra.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a Libra, but yeah, he wild though, man. He, but he lets it out on his bass, man. Like I said, we played it a few shows back. He got down on that.
Very talented.
We're gonna start collaborating. Yeah, really talented, man. He talking about funk. We were playing James Brown earlier. He would eat that stuff up, man, all day.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, getting back into it, man. So where are you at with this whole the status of everything right now with this trial? It just kicked back in today. I didn't get to watch anything. I know you're staying away from trying to keep it, keep a positive outlook on it. You know what's going on, but you don't want to get too deep into it so that you don't get too affected by it heavily where you can't function on a daily basis.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with it too.
I've been watching it, you know, I've been afraid to watch the whole trial.
Right.
Because like you were saying, I don't want to get wrapped up in it and just be angry for the rest of the day. But this, you know, the clips that I've been watching, it's been real crazy, you know, listening to people talk about the situation. And like I was saying before, there's, you know, it's a shame that this is even a trial, or that it has to be a trial.
That has to be a trial. It's like a waste of money. A lot of people saying, you know what I mean? I was talking to my dad the other day. He was like, man, this is a waste of money. Why don't they just go ahead and get it over with? You know what I mean? You got way too much evidence, way too much visual evidence from every angle possible. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And, I just think, I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get too deep into it. Let me ask you this, though. Did you actually watch the video of, you know, from the original video, start to finish?
Yeah, I hate to say it, but yeah, I did. I had to watch it, and that was a hard watch.
Right.
I'm not gonna be ashamed to say that you know, it may actually made me tear up. It made me angry.
I was choked. Yeah, every emotion, right? It's like every emotion under the sun except for happiness. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's like what the confusion, frustration, anger, pissed off.
Yeah.
I'm like, bruh. And just complete astonishment.
I mean, like the audacity that, you know, or as some of my people would say, the caucasity of this brother, you know, to do some outrageous stuff like that.
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
Yeah. Mr. Man, and just and so comfortable with it, and everybody around him just so comfortable with it, just like this is a norm. And the sergeant on the last witness last week was, you know, on the stand, and he I think it was the sergeant, and he was like, this is no practice at all that we go by. This is nothing, you know, saying that we have actually taught any of these officers. But like what I mentioned before on the last show is that he was possibly had an encounter with George Floyd prior to all this, and when he was a security guard, I believe at a nightclub, and he was just I think he just wanted to retaliate, like Cordell was telling me last time.
That's so crazy though to think, you know, because I mean at the end of the day, all of us are human beings, right? And I've had people that I disliked or had issues with, but you know, when you have a job like that, where you have to have somebody else's life in your hand, like a doctor or fireman or a police officer, you have to set those things to the side. You can't be biased. Right.
Where's the thin line? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying. I just think that, you know, that at the end of the day, if a person's going to be racist, they're going to always be racist, and they're not going to be. Their job is not going to deter them from doing that.
I agree. What I'll say this is that I feel like there's like a line that, you know, the training that an officer has, they didn't. I from watching the video, I see that they didn't have any kind of like reaction to any kind of threat until people realized that this dude could actually be dead. You know what I mean? And then it's like, what you doing? Why are you still sitting there? You know what I'm saying? And that's when the officers reacted, get back, blah, 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 blah. But just prior to that threshold, they were all just kind of just very content and complacent. And just like, all right, well, yeah, just like, all right, well, you know, business as usual. I'm like, wait a minute. No. Something's off. We got to change this.
Well, see, and at that point, I think that, you know, even with that, at that point, it wasn't that they were afraid of the repercussion of it. It was more so afraid of what the outcome was going to be from the general public.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
but
that's
that
the
wasn't
sad
until
thing.
after the fact. That wasn't
was
until after the
yeah.
fact. None of that was never ever crossed their mind while they were in the act of it.
No.
In the act of committing a crime. And
No.
you know.
And I was watching something, and you know, my hats off. I give nothing but praise to the MMA fighter that was recording it. And man, he basically said that that he would have, you know, if he had the chance, he would have smacked the shit out of the dude, and he meant that.
Yeah. Yeah. He just needed some backup himself. That's what I'm saying. These people, like, that's why the whole world basically just flipped the tables over. Like, look, hell, hold on, we ain't doing this ever again without you guys knowing that we ain't with this crap. You know what I mean? We are not with it. I don't care how you feel about it.
But at what point, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I feel like, you know, we can, you know, people could have stepped in, but more people were afraid of the repercussion on their behalf of them stepping in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We already have one brother that was dead on the street. So if they stepped in, who's to say that they wouldn't have got shot or killed or something else?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. People got to, you know, when you have backup, we already got to police the police anyway, but it's a term. It's not necessarily physical action or showing some sort of force. We you know, we just recently watched, I know you finally probably saw it, was the I never asked you about it either, what was it, the Black Panther
yeah, I was telling you and I eyeball about that.
Right.
And I can't remember the name, but
yeah, I'll pull it up.
The gentleman, the brother that turned on that was an informant for the Black Panther Party.
Yep.
Which was crazy to me.
Yeah, it was one. What was it? That's not a miniseries. I can't remember what it was called. God, that's crazy. I don't remember it. And it had. Hold on, I'm gonna try to find it while we're looking at it. Of course, they're looking at Black Panther Party. Right. And I know people probably screaming at me like, "You should know this name."
Well, yeah, but with so much stuff going on, and honestly, my brain be going crazy with everything that I'm trying to keep in my head and take out of my head at the same time.
Right? Yeah, I think I just found it. Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yes, exactly. That's what it was.
So
exactly.
Yeah, you did see that, right? So you said you had no problem with it.
No, I mean, I didn't have a problem with it. It was actually a really good movie. It gave you a lot of insight. You know, and something that people didn't understand what was going on. It had been going on since basically since the Civil Rights Movement. People sticking spies and prominent black organizations just to inform on them to the FBI, so the FBI would have something to pounce on them about. Yep. Which is crazy.
Yeah. And what's the guy who played let's see, Daniel Kaluuya. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, that's the one that played the head Black Panther.
Yep. Fred Hampton.
Yep.
Yeah. And they took these boys out, man, and that's what I'm saying. So that was just the whole same thing. But just like,
you know, the crazy thing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but the crazy thing about that was, it was for money. It was for monetary gain. It was to save his own neck. Which I find, you know, I find that crazy that you will actually be able to sell out everybody that you gain trust in.
They don't know what Black Panther Party.
Oops, sorry. Let me stop that. I didn't mean to play that. Sorry about that. Hold on.
No, you're good.
There you are.
But yeah, that was another movie that, you know, gave me a whole bunch of emotions and feelings. And just for the, because I mean, I'm not going to tell anybody the end of the movie, but I mean, if you look up the brother's name, I can't remember his name, but if you look him up, he really believed that he was doing a civil service.
Mm-hmm.
He thought he really lied to himself to say that he was doing the part.
Yeah, the informant. You talking about the guy that was in Get Out? I forgot his name too.
Yeah,
he's a really good actor.
oh yeah.
Dang it, it's right on the tip of my tongue. But yeah, they both were really good at it. Daniel Kaluuya, he got a lot of pushback because he wasn't like an American actor, and the people were saying that he was taking roles from Americans.
Oh, stop it! And I can guarantee you, most of the black actors that you see in these new movies or movies, they're British actors anyway. So
yeah,
shut up.
Right.
A good actor is a good actor. I don't care if he's British or freaking a Canadian. At the end of the day, because they pulled that crap with Harry Tubman too.
Yeah. Believe it or not, I never actually watched the Harriet Tubman one. I don't know.
Be
I just
still
wasn't.
my heart. No, I'm just fine.
Right. Did you actually watch it, man?
I did.
I never really got into. Did you?
did.
What did you think about it?
I liked it for what it was. Gave you some. I mean, of course, Hollywood's always gonna bump up some things and make it more palatable for people to watch.
Yep.
But
Lakeith
as far
Stanfield,
as
by the way, is the guy's name.
Lakeith Stanfield. But my thoughts on that was that I would rather get that information out to people that had no idea or just a glance of an idea of who Harriet Tubman really was. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I hear you. Something. Just give them something to work with.
Well, and I mean, with that being said, it's just like I think that a lot of people, especially in today's time, they're so quick to want to dismiss slavery and stuff like that, and take it off the table. But I mean, that's a part of our history. That's a part of American history. Like it or love it or hate it.
Yeah, you got a point. You got a definite point. So on a lighter note, since we're on kind of like on the movie topics, you said that you had finally got around to watching the Snyder Cut.
Man, yeah, all 10 years of it.
Right. That was like how many parts was it? 6 parts?
I think so. 4-hour movie, four and some change.
Ugh.
Man,
that's a long movie.
That's like 20 bathroom breaks.
I'm gonna pause my. I see like the. Give me 1 second here. I see that the Instagram stream is kind of choppy, so I'm gonna try to stop it and restart it. It's not terrible, but it ain't great. But I can definitely tell that this side is running very, 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 very smoothly in comparison to last night. Oh my God, that was a mess. I was like, Jesus. Let's see here. I'm gonna wait for that to stop first, and then I'll. So, tell me more about it. What was your takeaway from the Snyder Cut compared to, you obviously saw the original, right?
Yeah, I saw the original.
Or I say not the original, but the theatrical release.
I seen the theatrical release, and I wasn't a really big fan of the actual theatrical release. Truth be told, I wasn't a huge fan of the Snyder's Cut, but I will say that it gave you a little more rounded, a visual of where it was going with the movie.
Well, I mean, they had 4 hours to tell you what the hell was going on. I mean, I think we got the point finally of what the the gist of the movie was. It was
right.
I think they really basically. I don't think there was that much stuff on the cutting room floor. I think Well, here's what it was. They were originally going to make an effort to, from what I understand, make an effort to release 2 parts of it.
Mm-hmm. And they probably should have.
Mm-hmm. Well, the pandemic basically played in their favor in a way, so that they could actually really tell the story in a way that just, you know, more of a like a what do you want to say, like a more coherent complete story.
More cohesive, complete story. Because honestly, I hated the way that they chopped the movie up in the first place.
Well, they butchered it. They not only chopped it up, man, they literally like changed the color palette. They had other parts that they added. Well, Joss Whedon had added onto it. Was it Joss Whedon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they coined it. They've been coining the term Justice League.
Right. I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy. But I will say this. One of the 2 of the characters that I could not stand the most was the guy that they had playing the Flash. And was that Ben Affleck playing Bruce Wayne? I mean, Batman.
Right.
I preferred him as Bruce Wayne, but I couldn't stand him as Batman, which is, I know that's weird to say.
Well, they did something really awesome. Just watching Cyborg here. He was basically non-existent in the theatrical cut, and then in this one, he became like the driving force of the movie.
Exactly.
The entire of all 6 parts, man. He was just like, his role was so fucking like deduced. You would wonder why they cut so much of it out, because it had so much character behind it, so much heart behind it.
Right. And that's one thing I did like that I did like about it, is because they Cyborg's character, if anybody that follows that Justice League or whatever, he's a really in-depth character. He has so many layers to him. You know what I'm saying? And I like the fact that they portrayed that in the movie.
Yeah, they did. I mean, I didn't realize how much character he had in him. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty astounding just to see like the whole movie, the whole tone of the movie just completely different from the theatrical release.
Absolutely. No, I wouldn't have sat in the theater for 4 damn hours watching it.
Right.
But
no.
I did get what he was trying to do, and honestly, realistically speaking, they definitely should have probably released that version better, or released it a 2-part version.
Yeah, and I will say one thing I noticed that was interesting to me as well is that I'll cut back to that. You saw that I stopped on Jared Leto part with the Joker. But I'll come back to that in a second. I know. But the thing that got me the most was just like I said when I was talking about the tone of everything. The thing that got me the most was the fact that I gotta throw in a new stream key for the Instagram. Instagram has always been a pain in the butt. I'll talk about that in a second too. But so Instagram, Leto, but the one thing I wanted to talk about was the tone that I noticed where Jack Snyder, the thing that I noticed the most is the fact that when he had that kind of tragic loss in his family, you know what I'm saying? It was his daughter, right? That suicide.
I believe so. I believe so. I'm not 100%.
Yeah. So, what got me is the fact that he was able to pull from that emotion to finish directing or editing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he helped in the editing, but he definitely. I don't think all that was going on during the filming. So in terms of, there might have been some tragedies that he had to face, but I think, when he had to walk away from it, I don't think all that was going into his directing. I wouldn't expect, but you could kind of feel still in the end result on the cutting room floor,
right,
his emotion You know what I'm saying? Because he spent a lot of time on, you know, the whole, you know, obviously the loss of Kal-El, Superman, and other tragic losses inside the 6-part series. So, and just how people were dealing with grief and stuff like that. You could feel it. It was palpable all over the screen. It was amazing to kind of see how they kind of translated that, because none of that was in the original. None of it.
No, like I said, it was just more so. It seemed like to me it was a money grab. You know what I'm saying? They knew they had to put something out because, you know, Marvel had put out another Avengers and they was getting their ass kicked. So everybody been wanting the Justice League. So here, let's throw them this, and you know, quick, you know, quick spoon feed.
And there was and there was two, you got the sense that especially after watching this, that there were way too many hands trying to steer the ship of the original. Of the theatrical, whatever ended up in the theatrical version. There was way too many people saying, well, it needs a little bit of this. Well, throw a little bit in it. It was like a gumbo, you know what I'm saying? It didn't, you couldn't strike the right tone.
That's the crazy thing about it is you know, like I know, you know, coming from a household of cooks, when you got way too many people cooking, trying to add their own little flavor into something, it's gonna mess it up.
Absolutely. And you could tell like people were very upset, you know, saying fans, and I'm not even a fan, but I was like, I get it. I understand why people are upset. I understand it wholeheartedly. Well, what I will say, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead. You were saying?
No. So, no, I was just going to shift subjects in a second here. So if you had anything else to add to this.
Yes. The thing I was going to say about that real quick was that, you know, the Justice League was a way more popular machine than the Avengers. You know what I'm saying? Most people didn't know, you know, unless you're a super fanboy or a fangirl, most people didn't know, you know, the story behind the Justice League. I'm sorry, the Avengers. But everybody who was anybody knew all about Justice League, even if you wasn't a comic book fan.
Right.
And so when they put out that crap that they were trying to pass off as you know, Justice League, people were like, what the hell is this?
What you giving me, man? This is not what I'm familiar with. Even the cartoons were way better. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the hell is this?
And that's the thing. They had so much material to draw from, and I don't think they drew from hardly any of it.
Yeah. So let me jump over to the other part, which was Jared Leto, and then what was the other thing I was going to talk about? Jared Leto,
Instagram.
Thank you for reminding me. So and Instagram. So I see some people definitely showing some love on the show. I appreciate y'all. Right on. Yeah. So like Jared Leto. Well, I know you had some things you were going to say about that. I'll bring them back up on the screen, and then I'll give you my viewpoint on it.
All right.
I'm not going to play any audio. I'm just going to bring them on the screen. Here.
My whole thing about that is if you're going to play the Joker, there's way too many people that are actually done a phenomenal job playing the Joker.
I agree with that.
And for the little bit of time that the Joker was on the screen, I just was like, who in the hell is this? He looked like Marilyn Manson to me, if I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying? And that,
that laugh. He tried to come up with his own. He tried to do his own laugh, and it did not fall really well. It's like he was running out of breath. Somebody was, I don't know what he was doing.
Slap yourself. He's about as believable as a Joker as what's the name was believable as a Lex Luthor. Neither one of them were believable as those characters.
And like you said, that was supposed to be like a what do you want to call it? just like a extended cut that they weren't sure that what they were going to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
From what I remember, and they didn't have no other places for all the end parts of the movie, so they just threw it all on the end with the whole thing with the Martian Manhunter.
Mm-hmm. And that
Part
actually
was interesting.
That was interesting, but I'd rather see that as opposed to seeing that clown playing a clown. All
Right.
pun intended.
Yep. What was the thing I was gonna say? I think I understood like what they were trying to do. They had like there was obviously a lot of research done, and more than I know. I don't know as much about the whole lore of Justice League and stuff like that, but I do know that they definitely there was a lot of love put into it. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of attention to detail, and stuff like that was definitely there, but they definitely kind of retrofitted Ben Affleck back for reshoots. You could see he was slimmer in certain parts and stuff like that. Didn't even look like his face didn't even look the same. So that there was a lot more like, well, you know what? We got all this time on our hands. Let's just go back and we can reshoot all this stuff and give it to the visual designers. They'll have fun with it. Give them something to do.
I just wish that they would find somebody to play Batman that's great and stick with that person. Sign them to a 10-year contract at least, and call it a day.
Right.
Because this whole fitting and replacing, and it's dumb.
Well, I agree to a point. Obviously, I feel like it's Batman is just outside of Superman. Superman's always been space based out more than any superhero in terms of like that. But since they these two share the screen time, saying with all these different renditions and sequels more than anybody, any other superhero. But I would say that the superhero side of Batman on film has always been an interchanging, revolving door of different talent. Some you can say different talent that just wanted to don the cape. You know what I'm saying? But they never really just said that this is the definitive one. I'll ask you first. Who do you think is the most definitive Batman character on film?
The most definitive to me would be your boy Christian Bale.
Right.
Now you can't.
I can understand that.
You got to give.
Follow you on that.
You got to give props to what's my man's name that did the one in the 80s.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton. You got to give him props to the first Batman that he did, because that was a first rendition of a decent rendition of Batman for like 20 years. You know what I'm saying? And when Christian Bale came in and took the mantle to do Batman, you got to think that was another almost a 20-year difference. You know what I'm saying? So, and he did his thing. So after he did his thing, like he killed it. You know what I'm saying? So for somebody to replace him to doing Batman, you would want somebody to kill it. Even if it was an ensemble piece, like Batman and Superman, which was garbage, but you would still want that person to kill it. And he just wasn't believable as Batman. He was believable as Bruce Wayne, but he wasn't a believable Batman.
I understand that. I agree with that. Give me just 2 seconds. I'm going to adjust my mic here. Hang tight.
No problem.
Okay, sorry about that.
Oh no, you good. You
I heard
good. It
a little
happens.
fuzzies going on. Yeah, I
It
mean,
happens.
what I want to do too while we're on the show, I mean, if you want to do this with me, we can basically, call this a quick, short one. But I want to do one little test and go to a break and see if it works, and then
Okay.
we can
Let's make it
push
happen.
on from there. All right, cool. Oh, it did pop up on Facebook. Cool, but I don't know why they don't. Oh, yep, I know what that was. And now we'll come back and talk about ugly ass Instagram. And I don't know, there was something going on with Instagram too recently. No, that wasn't Instagram, but that was a versus because Instagram sucks, but they decided not to do it on Instagram. So we'll come back and talk about that, and then we'll shut the show down.
All right.
All right, so stand by. I'm going to break here. Come here. See you in just about a little bit. Thanks for joining the show, y'all. I'll talk to you in just a sec.
Hello, hello. Yo, yo. What up? What up? Hello, hello. Check, check, 1, 2. Hello, hello. You there, bro? Hello, hello. Try this again. Yo, yo. Bro. Hello, hello. I can't hear you.
Hello now.
Okay, yeah, I got you now.
Okay, sorry about that. Let me try to get my camera together.
Okay. Is that you blowing me up?
I hope not.
Oh, I just got a few notifications.
That might be. Yeah, I was gonna say that might just be the earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to get my audio together. Done. Check, and camera. This is just a test here. about the show? Is running smoother?
Yeah, it's definitely running smoother, bro. What are your thoughts?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. Let's see here. Allow. Allow. Reload. Okay, I might drop out and come back in. Hang on.
All right. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Hello? Bro. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Yo, yo.
Okay, so you can hear me?
Yep, got you.
For some reason, my video ain't working, but that's all right. We'll figure that. We'll figure that out on the next one.
Okay.
I thought didn't we test this out already?
Yeah, earlier today.
I thought so. What the hell's going on? But the stream is still good. Camera. Just one more thing on my camera here. Video. It's stuck on that. Come back. There we go. Save. All right, can you see me now?
Oh, yeah, I can see you.
Okay. Turn the volume down a little bit on it. Just because of the echo.
Is that better?
A little more.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're back. Let's see here.
We're back. We're back.
Are
we're
you
back.
with me?
I'm with you.
Yeah. I think the stream will probably show that a little bit of your audio when you were trying to check and see if you could hear me. But outside of that, I think we're pretty good.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, pretty smooth show. So Instagram, man. Instagram.
What's up with your Instagram?
Well, I told you, remember when I was trying to do this stuff before and I was trying to stream to Instagram? I'm streaming to Instagram now, by the way, but it's a test stream. Some people may be able to see it. But one thing that, remember when everything kicked off with this pandemic at first and then people were trying to do the versus battles and stuff like that?
Everything kept freezing.
Yeah. Well, Instagram is a pain in the butt, man. It's not built for that. And it's very convenient for, the little top and bottom perspective of, competing. So I guess people, and the communication. So I guess people's like, well, this would be dope if we did verses and stuff like that. And then what I discovered when I started wanting to go into live streaming on Instagram is that they don't even let the audio that you feed, like if we're piping it into it, like how we're doing through the stream, you don't even get stereo audio. There's no way to get stereo audio out of the
so
stream.
it's all mono. It's mono.
It's all mono. And you remember, what was it? Teddy Riley and Babyface were having a big struggle. That was the very early stages of the verses.
Yeah, that was one of the first verses.
Right. And you know, they spent like 2-3 hours on the verses just trying to get the you know, audio to work right. You know what I'm saying? To get the echo out and all that kind of stuff. Absolutely. So that was kind of like the limitations with Instagram is amazing, man. I'm looking at it's just not designed for this type of thing, and I think that video froze. Let me make sure. Okay, it's back. All right, so yeah, I'm streaming to Instagram. I'm trying to get it going, but it's a struggle to actually run it, and they don't let you like simultaneously stream, because some services offer, like we're using StreamYard, and this service offers where you can simulcast to Facebook, you know, multiple, you know, more than one Facebook channel at a time, or also including YouTube, and I think you could even do to Twitch and even through Twitter through their Periscope app. But that's bad. I think that just discontinued last month with Twitter using their service. Well, Twitter, you know, obviously Twitter's Twitter. Twitter's not built for that. Instagram is built for live interaction. You know what I'm saying? It's built around that. Yeah, but and now Facebook owns it, but it's such a, Facebook didn't originally own it, so there's already you know, when you deal with Facebook, you realize that they don't have a good structure in terms of how to. It's such a big platform that there's like reams of different parts on the website and settings that you can go to, just like how your phone has like a gazillion settings now. Remember how you just used to have volume, ringer, and
exactly.
Now you got all these extra pages. Now Facebook's like that. Instagram is kind of like utilizing some of that stuff, because now you got the whole business accounts and all that kind of stuff. But the thing about it is that it's you know, Instagram was designed around that interaction, and it's hard to go back and try to reconfigure a platform to fit to what people wanted to use it for. It was designed with certain limitations on it from the core of its code, and it's like you can't do much more to it. So I didn't discover all this until after I started getting into the streaming aspect of it. And I was like, wait a minute, I can't do shit. I can't do a goddamn thing with this, man. But I'm just trying a few workarounds, and you know, after this show's over, I'll go back and test, and I think we at least have something we can rock with. But
yeah, we got something we can rock with.
Yeah, to end on this show, I haven't got much on it. Maybe we can talk more about it. I mean, it's been kind of circling the airwaves as far as the Ron Isley and Steve, you know, Steve Harvey hosting this versus with Ron Isley and Earth, Wind, and Fire.
I'm gonna tell you. I didn't get a chance to watch the whole versus. I didn't actually get into any of the music. I started watching it because everybody was lighting Steve Harvey up. There were so many memes going around.
He was on there preaching, right?
Man, not even preaching. It was just the brother. You know, I get it. You're a fan, and you know of the music, and that's dope. But it was less about the music and more about how the music made him feel, as opposed to them getting into the music. You know, and if you're doing a versus, and in the first 10 to 15 minutes of the verses is an introduction of who these people are and how and you buying their record and chilling out over a girl's house, that's just like, come on, man, you're doing too much. You're doing too much.
If you're like, if you're watching Steve Harvey, if you're tuned into Earth, Wind, and Fire, you know, these icons, Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Isley Brothers.
Right.
You already know what you're getting into. You don't need no lecture on it. You don't need no kind of preface on what you're about to get into. This is, and I saw one clip of somebody's like, this is Baby making music. Like, no shit, man. Come on now.
We know that. Most of us
and
here
it's not. It's for
because of that.
yeah. It's for. It was for that specific generation. You know what I'm saying? They can tell their kids what Steve Harvey. You know, they're there to try to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? We need a history lesson. You put that away from that and put it on a totally different platform for that. Man. But
Well, I mean, versus is basically a virtual concert. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so imagine
right.
you paying a whole bunch of money to go to this concert to see this concert, and the host is talking for 20 minutes of that concert. You're gonna be pissed. You're gonna be pissed.
I know I will. Like, hey man, I ain't pay for this. Even though
Right.
I think there was a fee for people. So like you said, it's a virtual concert, so people have to pay to actually watch it, right?
I don't know. I wasn't 100% sure how that worked.
Yeah, because I saw a link that was when I clicked on it, I saw the whole versus link, and it was like you got to sign up. But I didn't see the fee part if they had to pay. But I think there was, even if you didn't have to pay, they just set it up where you had to actually just you know, register basically all your credentials, your name, email, and all that.
It was just crazy to
tabs
me.
on you.
It was crazy to me. I was like, dang, I didn't even hear one song yet. And it was like I said, it was like 10 to 15 minutes into it, and I hadn't even heard the song yet. I'm like, dude, come on. You got to do something.
Oh, so you actually sat and watched a little bit of it. Okay.
Yeah, I started watching it because, like I said, they was lighting Steve up, and I was like, come on, let me get the brother a benefit of a doubt. And, you know, Steve is a talker anyway, and I get that. But at the end of the day, we didn't come to hear Steve Harvey. This wasn't the Kings of Comedy. This was supposed to be a versus battle or a celebration or whatever you want to call it of two great bands playing iconic music. Not Steve Harvey telling the story about him and Big Booty Judy eating fried chicken in the back of a limousine listening to you know what I'm saying? And that's what it basically ended up being.
Okay. Steve Harvey, man, he's been getting a bad rap these few years, man.
I love Steve Harvey. I love him. He's funny as all get out to me. But there's a time and a place for Steve Harvey, and that was definitely not the time nor place.
Right. He's on everything anyway. He needs to sit his ass down doing all that extra work. Just because they hired you don't mean you have to, you know.
Just a quick introduction. That's all we need.
Sit there and enjoy it. Yeah,
quick
be a fan, sit there and enjoy it. Right.
He could have been dancing in the background.
Yeah, he could have. Yeah, he could have did some physical comedy, just looking awkward. People would have enjoyed that. Did you see Steve Harvey looking stupid watching that show?
Man.
But now he wanted to take it to the extreme. But yeah, so all right, man. Well, I'm going to try to check out the Godzilla versus Kong next, and then
you got to tell me what you think about it.
On that. You already signed?
I did.
Okay, I don't like your enthusiasm, but I'm gonna go check it out. Give me this much.
Go ahead.
Give me this much. Is it better than the last sequel? And then close?
Better than the last sequel of King Kong?
King of Monsters? Nah, the King of Monsters. Godzilla King of Monsters. That was the last one that came out. You probably didn't even see it.
Yeah. I don't even remember seeing it. That's how.
It's forgettable. Trust me. Yeah, it's Pacific Rim level. The Uprising.
Yeah, it was definitely better than that, I would say.
Okay.
But like I said, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna confirm or deny that it was horrible or good. All I'm gonna say is that you have to make your own opinion of it, because you'll find parts that you might love, and you'll probably find parts that you can't stand.
I'm all right. That's enough for me to work with. At least I know what I'm kind of. At least I don't have to get my hopes up. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, I never get my hopes up for movies like that at all.
I used to. I
learned my lesson. I learned. No.
You know what we need to do? That's what we need to do. If not this upcoming show, but very soon we need to do a show of ones that movies that had way too much hype that we actually fell for.
Green Lantern. I'm sorry.
Right. We need to do that, man. We need to do a few of those. Come up with a list. You come up with a list. I come up with mine.
All right, for sure.
Yeah, we need to start doing that.
Oh,
all right, brother. Appreciate you jumping on the show.
All right, bro.
What's that? That's
Much
about an
love.
hour in, right? Much love. All right, man. Whoever checked out the show, I appreciate y'all, man. We're gonna keep it
Much
rocking.
love. Thank y'all.
And we out this month. Later.